Hello my beautiful friend and welcome back to another daily video. Nintendo, Pokemon, oh my god. We already predicted the quality of Legends ZA and I want to show you stuff about it because it is so incredibly embarrassing. There are scenes in the new Pokemon game where I physically cringed because it has so many issues. Let's first, I let's just dive in. Let me show you a competitor. I've shown you this a little bit over a month ago already. No, this is not Pokemon. This is by Hoyoverse. This is Honkai Nexus Anima. And it looks just way better than Pokemon. Because Pokemon Legends ZA right now looks like a game that's been released 20 years ago. And it's embarrassing. If you say, oh yeah, but this is by the Hoyoverse people, I don't want to play that, blah blah blah. I understand. Totally. I've no issue with that one. Let's just look at Digimon. Digimon right now just came out. This is by IGN 2 weeks ago. I mean, just look at this. Oh, wrong point, but it it just looks better. I mean, just look at the characters. First of all, it has different areas. Just looking in the background, there are more details. Just look at this. It's not the same JPEG everywhere. And there is voice acting in the game, which is a big thing that I mention this. But there is another downfall here, because this article I will share with you in the description box down below by The Gamer, written by Josh Coulson. Legendary Pokemon dev has been banned from directing mainline games for years, according to Game Freak leak. Which is an absolute shame, because if you know him, I already forgot his name, I'm sorry, Junichi Masuda, he directed a lot of at least my favorite Pokemon games. I don't know if those are yours. Ruby is one of those. X and Y were good, but I get confused with all the names. I'm sorry. My working memory with names is not the best. We're going to skim over this a little bit. Oh no, you know what? Not skimming. Information about upcoming Pokemon games has been leaked again. We know Winds and Waves. We already talked about that one a couple of days ago. Almost a year to the day after the last time it happened. The inside info finding its way out into the world isn't just restricted to future games, though, as new details being shared appear to have revealed that one of the series' most famous developers has been banned from directing mainline games for over a decade. That stings so much. Central Leaks, which has been the source of all the recent Game Freak leaks, also we're going to talk about Central Leaks in a moment, shared inside information allegedly leaked from Game Freak that details Junichi Masuda's removal as the lead director on mainline Pokemon games during the development of X and Y. Masuda was a director on 8 mainline Pokemon games between Gold and Silver. Oh yeah, that one was also good. Up until launch of Black and White 11 years later. Black and White, I also had fun with that. Even though I can't remember a single Pokemon, but my brain only works with the first 150 Pokemon, and after that everything is just a blur and a jumbled mess in my brain. There's potentially a very interesting reason why Masuda stopped directing Pokemon games in 2013. According to the leak, that period of Pokemon development history was referred to as the era of Masuda's absolute dominance, and it was a good time. Well, at least for me and probably a lot of gamers. And was effectively a time when he made all of the key decisions about Pokemon games, and no one was allowed to oppose him. He ruled with an iron fist. That's what I'm reading here. That seemingly all came to a head during the development of Pokemon X and Y, as according to the league. A clash with Ken Sugimori led to Masuda being banned from directing future Pokemon games. That rule doesn't appear to have been followed religiously, as Masuda has directed 2 Pokemon games since then. Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. However, those were both remakes, not mainline entries, and while Masuda has worked on mainline games since X and Y, he has not been the director. Okay, no new information here. Shigeru Omori effectively took Masuda's place after X and Y. However, another part of the leak implies all is not well with his direction either. According to leaked documents in 2021, Omori was accused of simply inheriting the structure left behind by Masuda after X and Y and not really making any meaningful changes, leaving the issues that led to Masuda's removal as Pokemon director in place. So both of them are kinda stinky. But that doesn't change that the earlier titles were just better under Masuda. The first 2 images are from 2021. Okay, I can't read that. I don't care. Despite that, Omori has continued to work as Pokemon's director on mainline games through the development of Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet. But the final note in this latest part of the Game Freak leaks appears to confirm that reign is now over. Omori has been listed as the former director of Division 2, the department that handles the development of Pokemon's mainline games since 2024. That might mean starting with Gen 10, we're going to have a new developer in charge of Pokemon's direction. A potentially significant change after effectively having just 2 directors at the helm over the course of the past 26 years. If the last leaks are accurate, the new director's first project will be Pokemon Wind and Waves, and I'm really afraid of that one, but we're going to talk about that in a moment. Those are reportedly the names. Oh yeah, we already discussed that a couple of days ago with the leaks. So, we have other issues. We have current issues with Pokemon Legends ZA, because not only is it crashing apparently constantly on the PlayStation 1, on the Switch 1, but it also, there is no voice acting. I mean, sound is on, by the way. Now let's listen. Let's watch this cutscene. What is happening? There is sound. Don't hit them. No. I mean, what the hell? And this person, I don't know who that one is. I don't really care. Quite an amusing moment early in the game, lol. I mean, why is there still no voice acting? Jokes aside, it's not necessary. Yes, it is necessary. And we have a little bit more to show. Then we have this cutscene. I love how she realizes she walks into a crowd of trainers and has no idea what to say. Lol, these cutscenes are much better than Scarlet and Violet's. Yeah. No, it's definitely not. Also, by the way, while preparing for this video, I had this one up here, and this one circulated all around, and it was running in the background, and I had no idea because it basically has nothing in it. Because I was listening to music, and this was just in the background. I cringed so hard the first time seeing this. And taste, I'm using that word because Taste of Victory also used it. Also, I don't know who that one is, by the way. This is one of the most embarrassing moments I've ever experienced in a video game. I genuinely cringed during this cutscene. Yes, this is the biggest media franchise in the world, which we're also going to look in a moment. This is inexcusable for Gen 10. It needs to have voice acting. And it definitely does. Dude, it ran for a couple of times now, and this is so stupid. This is this is way beyond embarrassing. It is already at a point of insulting. This is really incredibly insulting. And we're going to talk about Nintendo Prime here as well. I discovered over the last 24 hours that so many people want voice acting in Pokemon. Yes, in every game, almost every game. There are some games where it's fine when there's no voice acting, but it's freaking Pokemon. I don't disagree with you. I enjoy voice acting in games. And at this point, I was like, oh, okay, wait, there are two more sentences here. Didn't realize the desire for Pokemon to have it was this strong. Why? I kinda like that my kids have to read when they play. Lol. Dude, joke's on you. First of all, I can tell from my personal experience, I grew up with voice acting in video games. I learned English with, and I do not kid you, with Star Fox, with Lilith Wars on N64. Because at one point I was like, dude, I have to be better in English. My grades in school are not the best. I memorized every line in German in the game. And then I played it in English countless times until I learned at least the words being used in that game, until I knew what these mean. And it went on and on from there. I just did not. This hurts me, man. I'm speechless. And then we have here David Winch. As an elementary school teacher, I can tell you that having the words spoken out loud while the children are simultaneously reading the text is one of the most effective strategies for increasing reading comprehension and literacy skills. The words are sounded out right there for them. There's no guessing what it is or skipping over the word. Yes, it's a very powerful tool, and for that reason I incorporated audiobooks into my reading groups, especially for the struggling readers. It was a godsend, and it is. It is proven that children learn way, way better when there is not only the words on paper or on any kind of medium, but it's also an auditory thing, because it's stimulating two places in the brain at once. And the retention of memory is way better that way. It just is. There is no argument. Yes, my experience as if a game has voice acting, they don't even bother to look at the text, which is definitely not true. This is just not true. How many people complain about subtitles in series or movies when they are not needed? There are a lot. And then we have my brother in Christ. I learned English while playing video games and watching Cartoon Network. Dude, I loved Cartoon Network back in the day. Dexter's Lab, loved that. Also one of the reasons why I learned English, and probably I went into science. Yeah, that kind of makes sense, because I just loved Dexter. And his sister was this was basically, small tangent. Dexter's Lab was basically my sister and I, because I'm just the nerd. One of my favorite toys back then when I was a child was an electric toolkit. It was just a playset where you learned how electricity works, how resistors, and I don't know. There were so many awesome things in there, and I just loved it. It tickled the small autistic child in me, because I was able to sort every wire per length, per color, and everything. Oh, beautiful! And my sister was always like Diddy in Dexter's Lab. Ooh, what's this button do? That was us. Yeah, it explains a lot. But yeah, if I didn't hear them talk, I don't think I would get the pronunciation well. While reading is important, listening also is. And yeah, because there are so many words in every language where you just read them and you don't know how to pronounce them. It just is. I still have German words which I probably have never heard before, and I don't know how to pronounce them because some German words are weird. And the same is in English, and the same is in Turkish, and or Türkçe, whatever you want to say it, and also in Noshk, probably, not probably, definitely in Noshk. My brother in Christ, yeah, good to know. I'm glad you know best how my children learn. Thanks, lol. He's just going way more into the depths of denial. As a teacher of school children, I have concerns that a great many parents aren't aware of the benefits that reading aloud to them has. It's an excellent strategy for people who struggle with reading comprehension. I read to my kids for a decade. Is that long enough for you? Dude, he gets very passive aggressive here. I get it. You're talking a much wider problem, and I agree with it. Do you? Why, why are you so aggressive? You're the one who asked why people wanted voice acting and then cited it being a good educational tool as a reason to not have it. Good for my children, dude. Your poor children. As a teacher, I'm concerned that so many parents still don't realize the importance of having things read aloud to them, as well as having to read. It's one of the best strategies for increasing comprehension, and we really do need that. I actually do realize this. We do it with one of our kids currently. However, when that same kid plays games, he isn't reading the text when voice acting appears. Are you sure about that? I'm not sure why, but he absolutely reads it when voice acting isn't applied. Every kid is different, really. Because might be, okay, I'm not saying the kid is doing that or not doing that, but with many people, especially children who aren't aware of what they're doing, they still see it, even though they do not really pay attention to it. It's still in the background of their minds. This is one of the reasons why children learn languages so much faster, because it's in their environment, they see it, they hear it, and so on. How much did Nintendo pay you to pretend your kids pronounced everything correctly, from reading words without sound when so many teens pronounce everything wrong growing up with Pokemon? They would need to read if voice was there, maybe at least they would say words properly. Nothing, I never talked about pronouncing things, I talked about paying attention and comprehension. Have a good day. Oh boy. But yeah, I'm not going to go over this person more and more because it just doesn't matter to our case anymore. Let's just go here. Central leagues. And this is something that I'm really, really afraid of for the future. No, because I don't care about Pokemon anymore. I haven't bought a Pokemon since I can't even remember anymore when the last one was. Probably 2016 or something like that. It's been a while. In Pokemon Wind and Wave, the gyms and the Titan Lord Pokemon are mixed together. There are in total 18 challenges, one for each type. They will be inspired by the Sustainable Development Goals. Clearing all the 18 challenges allows you to challenge the champion. Let's look at them, shall we? No poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being. I mean, those, fine, okay. Quality education, yeah, probably without voice acting. Gender equality, oh boy, here we go. Clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry, innovation and infrastructure, reduced inequalities, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate action, life below water, life on land, peace, justice, and strong institutions, partnerships for the goals, and DEI. As much as I agree with all these things here, this is just the DEI things we have right now with Pokemon. Oh, I see, I forgot to pull something up. What is this? New World Order. Oh, that's funny. Wait, is it maybe someone is showing a picture here on the side? But no, I still have no idea how Twitter works. But yeah, again, as how much as I agree with these things, what does it do in a Pokemon game? It really has no place in a Pokemon game. Let me just put something up. Oh, where is it? Oh, okay, I found a Reddit thread. I know it's Reddit, but still, the Pokemon Company International has officially enlisted Seani Armitage to be their DEI and social responsibility consultant, which obviously is not a good thing. We already know what Sweet Baby Inc. did to games, and this is again just someone else that's going to, well, DEI-fy the Pokemon franchise from now on. But let's go to the list of highest grossing media franchises. I found this one on Wikipedia, but somehow it's not accurate because things are missing, because the second place is not Mickey Mouse and Friends. I found this one, again, sadly, it's on Reddit. I don't know why. And it lines up more with the numbers we have, because we know that Pokemon merchandise is the biggest seller here. Trading cards is so low. I would have guessed that it's way more, or that it's just incorporated into merchandise. But still a big part. I mean, big part with it's still a lot of money. And yeah, it's the biggest franchise. Just look at this. It's almost $150 billion. That is ludicrous. On second place, by the way, is Hello the freaking Kitty. It's obviously just merchandise. And yeah, Winnie Pooh. I didn't know that Winnie the Pooh had just such a big audience. I actually really didn't know. And then we come to Disney, we come to Star Wars, Anpanman, we come to Disney Princesses, Jump Comics, Mario, MCU, Harry Potter. And if you just look at this, wait, this is 90, this is 165. Okay, but the jump just between these two is ridiculous. It's almost 60 billion between the first place and the second. If we take just Star Wars and Mickey Mouse and Friends, we are at 144 billion and we're still not at the place of Pokemon. Even if we take Winnie the Pooh and Mickey Mouse. Oh no, wait, that's 150. Then we are above Pokemon. But you understand what's happening here. Pokemon Legends should not look like this. Absolutely. Definitely not. This is an embarrassment. And let's look at this. The last time I talked about this, while recording, the price went down 3%, but as you can see, it's back up at 500 euros again. Legend CA is still not sold out. They just sold about 1k plus the past month. And this is Amazon Germany, obviously, as you can see here, Berlin, blah, blah, blah. And the regular Switch 1K, the Switch 2, regular Switch 2 was 1K, Switch 2 with Pokemon ZA was 1, Mario Kart was 4K past month. Then we have Bonanza with 4K units sold in the past month. The download code, nothing. But then we have Pokemon Legends ZA 9K. Of course, people want the Pokemon game. Obviously, there are many people still enjoying it, and their enjoyment of it does not hurt me. That's totally fine. I know many people who bought it for their kids because kids obviously don't know what a good game is. They just see cute pets and want to play with them. The last time we looked at this, the regular Switch 1 version was still at 60 euros and the Switch 2 version was at 55 euros. That didn't change. You see 10k plus bought in the past month. And then people saw, yeah, but I can buy the Switch 2 version and put it into my Switch 1 and play the Switch 1 version because it's just downgraded. So probably that's why Amazon just put this one down so they can sell it. And it's cheaper because of reasons. Yeah, but again, it's embarrassing and it's insulting from Nintendo and from Pokemon. I have no more words for this left. I would love to say that I'm heartbroken, but my heart has been broken a couple of months ago already, and I just can't care anymore for Pokemon and or Nintendo. I was so excited for the Switch 2. I was so excited for Metroid. I was so excited for the new Legend of Zelda and so on. I mean, Bonanza still looks great, but I'm not going to buy it because I also don't have a Switch 2, and I'm not going to buy a Switch 2 because Nintendo doesn't care about our feelings whenever we reward them with our wallets. And yeah, many people still do. I can't tell you what to do with your money. It's still your money. If you buy this for your child, that's great. Your child should enjoy games. But you can also show your child, hey, there are other games that are also cute and also have a lot of fun, and they are way better than this one. Yes, there is peer pressure. But you can talk to other parents. You can talk to other people. Show them, hey, I found this other game. It looks amazing. It plays way better. It's not buggy. It doesn't crash. Because do you want your child to play Legends ZA on the Switch 1 and just experience crash after crash, to see no voice acting in a game when other games right now, indie games, have voice acting and just look way better? We have Xenoblade Chronicles on the Switch 1, which looks incredibly... It looks just incredible. It looks way better. We have Metroid 4 coming out on the Switch 2, and it's just an empty desert. The open world is meaningless in Metroid. But yeah, this video is long enough already. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for your time. Please do all the things that make the dings. Leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section. I will see you later on the stream or tomorrow with the video. Bye, bye, bye. Stay fantastic.